Welcome to Fit to Be Real.
And a little extra.
Happy day, everyone.
Happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Ooh, I like the key you chose. Choices.
What are we talking about today? What are we getting into?
Fitness.
What?
Fitness. How to get started and make your own fitness routine.
And if you've already started, how to make your own fitness program. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh,
honestly.
Thank you for your transparency.
I've been talking to people recently, and people come up to us all the time when we're out in the wild.
It is the only thing they want to talk about.
It is the only thing they want to talk about, and which is fine. That's what we're here for. But a lot of them say, oh my gosh, we keep meaning to come to your classes. We're going to come. We're going to come. Okay.
Right.
But I don't know how to start. What should I start with? And that's like the most general question.
Paying for it.
Sign up online. Or I've started and stopped so many times, like I just can't figure out what I need to do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have a lot of goals, different goals, and it's overwhelming. So not that you can't ask us that when we're out in the wild. Totally ask us that. But it's been happening a lot lately. I've just been with a bunch of moms that were like, we've been looking on your website. We just don't know where to start. Well, you can do it yourself. We're going to tell you how.
But also, don't talk to us about this. If you're out and you're with an accountant, don't talk to them about your taxes. They don't care. They're not behind a desk.
But if you're in CFIT, we're more than happy to answer your questions.
That's not the wild.
Things get wild in there. But when we're at the grocery store,
we don't care what's in your cart. Okay? And when we're out at a bar or a restaurant and you're having a burger with fries, kudos to you.
Yeah, because so are we.
No judgment. You're doing it right.
That is the wild.
Yeah, just life.
Yeah.
I call them real people clothes.
Oh, we don't go out in real people. We don't go out in real people clothes either. I just showed somebody my closet who hadn't seen the house for the first time. And she was like, oh my gosh, the amount of clothes. And I said, yes, do you see all these clothes? I wear what's in this one drawer.
Yeah.
C-fit shirts and leggings.
I mean, your closet is like a sight to see.
Right. But I don't wear any of it because I don't go out in the wild.
Well, for instance, we have a family wedding coming up, and I needed a dress because shopping in the wild is like the bane of my existence. And I tried it and there's nothing. So I shopped in Carly's closet.
She did.
And there are tags on tag. Like it was an actual store.
And
I was like, you've never worn this.
Well, I don't get invited to black tie events very often.
But even just like other dresses where you were like, yes, I bought this in 2021 in the month of October.
Yeah, well, listen, that is my guilty pleasure. Other than Bravo, my guilty pleasure is pleather. I do love pleather. I have a lot of pleather also in my closet. My guilty pleasure is shopping. And then my problem is I don't have anywhere to go.
Make a place to go.
I know. I keep meaning to have a date night with Andrew, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh my God, I will babysit. Stop it. Okay. We're sidetracked. We're going to get into this. It's important because it's for your future. Okay? Buckle up.
Buttercup.
I was hoping you would go there. So. I'm Victoria.
Hey guys, I'm Carly. And today we're going to talk about fitness. So, there are so many benefits to a program. However, it is difficult to start. What we want to do with you today is talk about how you can start it all on your own. Yes, there are so many platforms out there that will help you do this, but guess what? You can figure it out for yourself with a pen and a piece of paper and yourself, really.
Everybody can have an app these days. Like any fitness company, any singular fitness coach or studio or whatever it may be. That doesn't mean they're acclaimed. That doesn't mean they have the answers. And that doesn't mean that's going to be the right program for you. Just because, oh, look, I have an app. To a degree, it almost feels like, oh, well, they must know what's going on.
Exactly.
And that's not the case. So putting money, and sometimes they're really expensive.
I know.
And so putting money into somebody, an influencer, whatever it is, an app, because it just seems like if you have an app, you've got the answers for me and like you're the fix.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the case. So yes, pen and paper, do it yourself, and start there. And then you can,
And even
grow your branches.
oh God, wow. That was a little woo-woo for me.
Yeah.
But even if you've started a fitness program and you've been working out for years, you might have gotten lost in translation, basically. And you're all over the place with your workouts. You're all over the place with your nutrition. And you start a little bit here, you start a little bit there. We're going to start with what we're going to say.
Because there's just so much information.
Yes.
So you're like,
it's overwhelming.
You're doing that. You think I should do that? I'm going to do that too. And then you don't follow through because there's 12 other things that just came into your view that are telling you that you should actually, this needs to be your important, part of the piece or puzzle piece. Do you ever see those influencers or people online that are like so clever, and it's so great to follow or like find these videos that you're like, I was thinking that, but you did it. And like, I love that.
Yes.
Just anything that's funny.
Yes.
But they're like, oh, you can't have an egg every day for your cholesterol. But
wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say?
You can't have an egg every day.
Oh, okay.
To raise your cholesterol will rise. Is that, I'm so sorry to tell you that.
I heard you go, I don't have an egg every day. I had no idea what you said. Honest to God, it was a run-on word.
No, because they talk fast, so I was acting.
Oh, sorry. You did not use your degree to its full potential. Go ahead.
I did not book the job.
Start over.
Thank you for my second chance. My name is Victoria Mayo. I'm 5'4", and here are my 16 bars. They're like, they just rattle off all the things that you can't do and that you should do, but it contradicts everything.
Right.
Like, you can't have an egg every day because your cholesterol is going to rise, but you really should have eggs because it's the best form of protein to start your day in the morning.
Yes.
And too much water, you could put yourself into shock and drain your electrolytes, but you have to have a gallon of water a day or else you're not going to survive. And like the back and forth.
Yes.
And it's everything that you hear. And then also everything that's like, it's not true. It's just, you have to do what works for you.
I know. Everything's so trendy. And it's hard to find the facts in all of the fiction online.
Which makes it hard to follow through on your own program when you're trying to take pieces of it all and put it together.
Right. And then your brain becomes scrambled eggs.
Don't eat them every day. You know what's the new, speaking of scrambled oatmeal is the new thing.
What the heck is that?
It's putting like, making your oatmeal. First of all, don't look so disgusted. You have no idea what it is.
Sounds gross.
It looks amazing in the the video.
Okay, it's all about how it looks. Go ahead.
You make your oatmeal and then you put it in a frying pan and you add like the nuts and the cinnamon and the berries and you just kind of like scramble it up.
Okay, I was thinking that you make oatmeal and you scramble eggs and you put it together. That's why I made that face.
No, you would be wrong.
I was assuming, and you know what assuming does.
It makes an ass out of you and me.
And there goes that E right on the podcast.
Explicit.
All right, let's start. So number 1 in making your fitness program, I'm ignoring her, whether you're starting out, whether you're mid-workout, whether you're an advanced level, measure your fitness level. So how you do that,
how you
be doing that is, that was good, man. I booked the job.
It was something.
Yeah, I'm going to get canceled.
There's a callback.
Yep. Your pulse rate before and right after you walk a mile.
Ooh.
So check your pulse before and after, just 1 mile, and see what it is. How long it takes to walk a mile. That's really, really important.
Yeah.
For me, it's long.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
To walk
a mile. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How many push-ups you can do, modified, okay, and how well you move through a full range of motion in your hips, knees, ankles, shoulders, and elbows. Now, there are many exercises you can do for that.
Squats, burpees, everything.
Your waist circumference and your body mass index. Now, that's a little tougher if you don't have a scale that does BMI.
Yeah, there's a formula to do that, but I can guarantee the normal person is not going to do that. So
if you want to measure your fitness level, do those previous things that I said, and that you create a benchmark. So you're going to go back to all of that mid let's say 4 to 6 months from now, and see how much you've made progress.
Yeah.
And that would be sort of the beginning of your measuring, your progression.
I also want to say BMI is very important.
Yeah.
It's important to know like how much fat your body has versus how much muscle versus whatever. But when you go to the doctor and they do all of your like health check ups, which apparently we should do every year.
Apparently.
Don't listen to them.
Okay.
When they tell you you're morbidly obese.
Yeah.
In whatever version of yourself that you're in, and it's like one number over whatever the BMI. The BMI scale needs to change. People have been saying that for years and years, that the BMI, everyone's obese. Everyone. Yeah. Everyone needs to be in a sport athletic body to be healthy according to the BMI that your doctor is going to like talk to you about. And that's not true. Like we're not all going to be Simone Biles, and even Simone Biles has an off season.
Right.
And she, I would guarantee, is not, in perfect mint condition at that time. So the BMI, take it with a grain of salt, and do not leave the doctor's office completely depressed when they tell you.
Victoria, are you looking in the mirror right now?
I have a lot of clients that are like, well, I went to the doctor. And
I'm like, you went to the doctor and they told you that, and you were like, I'm in my healthiest state right now.
Yeah. And I was very thin, not necessarily healthy, but I was thin, and I was like, I'm not obese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good tip because it can really mess with your head.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Number 2. I'm going to say this differently every time.
Tell them what they want.
Design your own fitness program. So you need to first, this is where the pen and paper come to play. You need to take out a pen, take out a paper.
Oh, yes. Done. Step 1, easy.
Write down your fitness goals.
Yeah.
Write them down. What are they? Is it to get stronger? Is it to lose weight? Is it to have endurance? Because you can't get through that walk a mile. You can't get through that run a mile. Like those are all different. Some of them work together. Some of them don't. So, if you're trying to get endurance and be like in a fitness competition, those things are different. Yeah, those are going to compete with each other. So you need to write them down. I slapped my fist because I'm like,
do it
really
into it. We can get the full effect. There we go.
Yeah.
Very good. Even if it's just, I want to get down on the ground and play with the grandchildren or the kids and get up with ease. Like that's a proper goal. That's a huge thing. And that is also for longevity. So even if you're in your 20s, you have to think about later on and not necessarily like in the moment of like this stage of your life.
And I guarantee you, a lot of you are sitting here going, I want to lose weight. I mean, that is the number one thing and goal everybody wants to do. And that's fine. Write it down. And then you can start to figure out how to go about it instead of just being like, I want to lose weight and throw it up into the clouds and just like hope that the idea comes to you on how you're going to do that.
Yeah. I do that a lot.
Yeah, we do.
I want to pay for this. Somehow the clouds take my money and it does the opposite.
So then you want to make a balanced routine. So you have to figure out how many hours a week you can work out. Yeah. And usually for beginners, especially if you're new to a program, we say make it 2 times a week. Just make it 2 times.
Yeah, which is doable out of 7 days.
Yeah.
Come on.
But then you have to come more consistently. Yeah, Victoria just got to like, come on.
Get your shit together.
2 times. And I said to somebody last night, and she's newer. I said, oh my gosh, this is your 3rd time this week. Yeah. Good for you. So now she's upped it to 3. And that's what you want to go for. Progression, not perfection. Like you're not going to go 7 days a week.
Say it again.
Progression, not perfection. C-fit.
Oh, yes. I saw the like bomb explode at the end. Like, boom.
And my face.
Yeah.
C-fit.
Yeah. I was ignoring the face. I'm not gonna lie. Keep going though.
But that's real because 7
sure is.
But that's real, guys.
It's real.
You're not going to go. This is what happens. And a lot of people do this. We've seen it time and time again. People come and they come 6 days right in a row. They start out with a bang. They want to lose weight. They want to get healthy. They want to get strong. And then we never see them again.
Yeah. The stamina of that, unless you have a job that your hours are so flexible, or you are jobless where your hours are very flexible, that's impossible to keep in the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning of starting a program, it's just something that is like you're going to burn out a little too quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to burn out. And that's something that we tell people like, oh my gosh, whoa, you've done so many this week. We don't want you to burn out. We
Yeah.
want you to keep coming. We want you to sustain this. So like take it easy for a little bit.
Set yourself up for success, you know?
And that's exactly what the next one is. Start slow and go forward. And then keep adding on. And that's fine. And then you'll realize where the balance is. Because then you'll go hard and then you'll come back.
You'll
a
also
little bit.
learn like what doesn't work for you and what does work for you that way. And be like, you know what? I really didn't like to do it on Tuesday morning. I prefer to do it Tuesday night. And like you kind of play with it.
Right. And then, yeah, you're so good at this. Yeah. So in saying that, you want to allow time for recovery.
Say it to yourself for the back, Carly.
I don't have any mirrors here today, so I'm going to say it to you because I don't like to listen to myself.
Recovery is so important. It's not even funny. Like it's not even a joke. You have to
I'm not
rest.
laughing.
You shouldn't. You have to rest. In the workouts itself, like there has to be that bell curve of like you dip down so that you can go back up with the heart rate. And then also in your schedule, there has to be a day of rest. And it can be active rest.
Right.
It can be active rest, which is a walk or a yoga class or a Pilates class or a bar class, which if you come to CFIT, that's like a very active rest.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, it's probably chill. So there has to be a day where you let your body soak in all the good work that you're doing so that it can start up again and continue to push at its best ability versus wearing it down to nothing.
And that's also with getting overwhelmed and going too hard, too fast, and then not wanting to continue.
Yeah.
Because you're sore and you're like, wow. And you're not going to see progress when you're going. Your body doesn't have time to make the progress. So then you're going to quit because you're like, I'm not seeing any results and I'm going hard 7 days a week. Yeah. So there's like a lot to that.
Your body's like, bitch, slow down.
Yeah.
I don't like, give me a second.
Wow, your body's mean.
Yeah.
She got an attitude.
She totally has an attitude. I've been trying to control it for years. It's impossible.
Moving on. Gather equipment. So if you're planning on working out at home or alone, or you're going to add in workouts at home when you can't make it to class, you need to make sure you have the right equipment.
I actually have a brand new client that is starting to work out for the first time in her life in her 50s. And walking is kind of like the norm, but she wanted to get better at that and in turn start weights and all that stuff. So she started exactly this, that she's now on number 3, gathering equipment.
Nice. And
she has like a little home gym in a room that was probably used to be an office, something like that. And she just came in today and said, I got 12 pounds. I have 5s and 8s. Like we did a whole list of what she has at home and it's enough to make great workouts and they're lighter. She has now 7 weeks in been confident enough to buy a set of 12 pounds and she's bypassed 10-pound weights.
Yeah.
She already had 8s and 5s. And so she was like, I'm just going to put the 8s and 5s in the basement. I said, oh, no. Keep them in that room because there are some days that you want to do lighter weight and so that the next day you can do the heavy weight and feel okay.
Right.
So you got to keep them all. Don't get rid of the light stuff once you start advancing. But it's such a cool thing to see when you start to feel more confident and then you kind of you get excited to go into that room in your house.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I'm telling you, the best thing is seeing yourself get better. When you notice it in yourself, when I see people up their weights in our weight classes and they're excited about it, that's the best. Because it's like, yes, you can do this. But sometimes people need that little push.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I need it.
Yeah. It's been 78 weeks. I'm trying. I'm really trying. At some point it'll kick in.
Number 4, get started. Stop thinking about it. Just, as Nike says, do it. Okay? Just do it.
Monday is always going to be too late to start, Like, oh, no, I'll do it on Monday. I'll start on Monday. I'll get through this day. I'll start on Monday.
Everyone's favorite thing to say.
Don't start on Monday. Don't start in January. Start right now. Because why not? Literally, why not?
Yeah, you can start it on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are great. Thursdays are even better.
Yeah.
Do it.
Should we go through each one?
No. So you want to, as we said, start slowly and build it up gradually. Break it up. If you can't do an hour workout in the morning and that's what you want to do because you really want to get that cardio in because you're trying to lose weight or you want to do some weights and cardio, break it up. Do cardio in the morning, weights at night. Do weights in the morning and do a little run in the afternoon for 30 minutes. Like break it up. It's okay to do that. Don't feel like you're like, oh man, I don't have 2 hours to work out right now.
There is no, it's better to do weights before you eat and cardio after you eat and a morning workout versus a night workout. Like there's no rhyme or reason to that. Don't listen to anybody online that says you got to do it this way for the maximum burn and blah, blah, blah. You put in the activity at the time that you can put in the activity and your body will respond.
Right.
Fact, done. Mic drop. Like there's nothing else to say about that.
Yeah. Mic drop. Oh, what did I say? Drop mic.
Drop mic.
Drop mic. And the last one, in your personalized for yourself fitness program, check your progress. So that little outline we gave you in the beginning, go walk that mile, see how much faster you got. Do some measurements because guess what? The scale might not change in 6 weeks, but your measurements will.
Your whole body will.
And I've said this before, when I first started working out, I did not lose 1 pound, but I lost 4 dress sizes. And I was like, how is this possible? Because my weight went all over the place and started turning into muscle.
Yeah.
But I leaned out and people don't realize that. And also it takes more than a week. You need, what is that thing? You know, I love referencing memes on Instagram.
That you don't know.
Yep. I'm making up these numbers. So
2 weeks for you to notice.
Yes.
So it takes 2 weeks for you to notice your own body change when you start taking care of it. It takes 4 weeks for your close friends and family that you see all the time to start to notice how you're dressing in the wild with your real people clothes, you know? And then it takes like 6 to 8 weeks for the rest of the world that doesn't know you to just notice that you're a fit person and healthy, right? So it takes time. And that's not a perfect measurement. Like, don't go into 2 weeks being like, I see nothing.
Right.
Like,
right.
I'm not a part of the right statistic.
I'm sorry? You know I'm going back.
Statistic. I love a statistic. Statistic. It's not, it's just take it with a grain of salt. But 2 weeks at minimum with consistency.
Well, also, side note, we're just talking about a fitness program here. We are not talking about a nutrition program.
Right.
So if you're doing this fitness program for yourself, you've planned it all out, you're doing 3 to 5 workouts a week, you've changed everything, but you haven't changed your nutrition. Oh my God. Can we not talk today? Your nutrition, then guess what? Nothing will change.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that that's part of your new program. And that's completely different. We are specifically talking about fitness.
We've said it a lot. I'm going to say it again. When we lived in New York separately, but we have the same experience, we were working out and teaching cardio, straight cardio classes, hours and hours and hours a week. Like at the end of the day, you're drained. You can't do anything else.
We used to throw up.
We used to, oh my God, we used to vomit.
We used to vomit.
Carly has stepped off of subway cars to throw up in the trash to get back on the subway car.
Yep.
And oh my God.
Because the cardio was so intense and we were doing so many hours of it a day.
There's nothing worse than that.
And I was like, oh, that's just my job.
It's just, I remember like trying to get the key in the door faster. And when you're trying to do that, like you can't do it efficiently. And finally getting in and immediately turning into the bathroom. Like, and thank God I made it and just opening up the toilet. So welcome to our world. But we were doing this strenuous cardio and pushing our body and doing all these things, but I was not in good shape.
No.
I was not healthy. I was actually not losing weight and I wasn't gaining weight, but like everything was just like not good.
Yeah.
Well, you would get home at the end of the day and then you would order sushi and you would order food and you would eat all these horrible things. The food part of our life was not on par with the fitness part. So nothing was changing.
Right.
And it wasn't until we changed our food over a decade later that our body actually started to respond and change, because the food, if whatever you're eating right now, needs to change if you're trying to change your body composition.
Yeah. If you're trying to maintain, go for it.
You do you.
You do you. But if your goal from step 1 is to lose weight, you've got to also change your nutrition.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want you throwing up because your workouts are so hard, but then you go home and eat a burger and French fries because you're like, I need to replenish what I just vomited.
Yeah, it's the mentality, really, because we were like, well, we work out so hard. We deserve, like, this is
Yeah.
fine. I deserve this entire thing of cookie dough. It's
Mhm.
fine. But yeah, you can't do that.
So yeah. So basically, long story short, this is strictly to create your own fitness program. Get a book, write it down. What are your goals? Write it down every week. I did this, and this. 6 weeks, you can look back and be like, oh man, this week I really fell off, or this week I went way too hard, so I didn't want to work out the following week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a journal.
Yeah.
It's a fitness journal. Do you ever see, well, we haven't been to the gym in a long time, but even at CrossFit gyms or wherever, people could do it at CFIT if they wanted to. They have a notebook. Like people that are serious at the gym, like
Billy, our
usually
brother.
men.
Our brother has a legit notebook.
It is a notepad dedicated to justice, and it's a Bible. Like, don't lose that. Don't touch it. It is something that he needs when he goes. Why? Because it's exactly what we've mapped out. It is what he did day to day to know what to do the next day. And he's like a lifter. So that's a little bit more specific than just starting a workout routine. But he has, hey, this is where I was 6 weeks ago. This is what I was lifting. Now I'm able to do this.
Right.
I was really slow on my cardio and my stamina, but I started doing like mile runs in the middle of everything. And now I can do a 2-mile run. Like he has the stats for himself. So if you ever see that at the gym, it's not because these guys are like
trying to steal your workout.
Right.
They're trying to check their progress.
It's exactly what this is because it's a thing. It's an actual thing. Carly's not making it up.
No, I swear. And if you've been working out for 10 years, it's still do this. Write it down. Check your progress because you might have been working out for 10 years and you're like, I'm all over the map.
Yeah.
I don't know where my fitness progress has been. Like I can sort of tell that I've lost weight or whatever the case may be. Start day one like you're new and see what happens.
Yeah. And then it becomes habit and routine and it's a part of your life that isn't an inconvenience or you can't really, like one day off, you're going to feel it. Like,
well,
you know.
Yeah, I've talked to, I know Liz, one of our C-fitters, what's up, Liz, has said this many times before. I work out because I get to, not because I have to.
Like you're able to.
You're able to. And that is something that I think about all the time. I have to actively tell myself, I get to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this.
It's an opportunity.
Right. So if you just twist it a little bit, it might help you get over that hump and just say, all right, I'm going to start today.
Yeah. It's like if someone invites you to have, this isn't a life of mine, but
someone invited you somewhere. No, this is not any life that I live.
I was thinking more of like a 9-to-5er in the city. She's cute. She wears pencil skirts and
you're in a musical.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody, invites you to happy hour, but you know that you have to get your workout in for you're in it and it's part of your life. And you're like, well, I can meet you at this time, but at 5, I can't. So you have to change the conversation to, I can't, I have to work out. I have to do this too. Oh, I get to work out at 5. So you know what? I can meet you at 8.
Yeah.
Instead, you know what I mean?
I'm going to do my workout at 7 a.m. so that I can go right from work to my happy hour. Things have to change. That phrase, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah.
Like that is.
You're crushing the
I know.
Wisdom today.
Because I keep reading that. It keeps coming up on like the algorithm of my Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not going to change if you don't change.
Nothing will.
Right. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You just said that.
I said it differently.
But that's the truth. So
it's an opportunity, but I really like that. So Liz, you got something going on there. It's an opportunity to get up every single morning, which we take for granted. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity to do all of the menial tasks that we get to do. And it is sure shooting an opportunity to get to work out because your body is able. It may not be in the version that you want it to be in, but it can be in the version that you want it to be in if you look at everything as an opportunity.
So I know we're sort of saying the same thing, but this is something I've realized just in the past couple weeks. When I go to the grocery store, I actually think about lifting weights when I take the grocery bags in the house. It's like a joke because you know how you have to take all of them in at once. And
one trip only.
Yeah. But I think about it. I'm like, yes, I got like 12 bags. Like my fingers are falling off, but I got them. Like I'm so strong. And the other day I squatted down to talk to Dean. And I, in the past, was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get back up? and I popped right back up.
Yeah.
And that's a real issue people have. They can't get down to talk to their kids because they can't get back up.
Yeah.
And I can easily do that. And I think those benefits we forget about.
And you want to continue to easily do that well into your 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
Right.
So,
and don't forget about those, daily things that people take for granted. Those are really important.
I mean, there's a lot of people that cannot say that. They cannot say it for whatever reason. They cannot say that I get the opportunity to easily catapult me into A, B, C, and D. So if you have the opportunity, meaning your body is able, you got to take it.
Yeah.
You got to take it.
So make it work for yourself. Write it down and do it.
Your real tip. Welcome back to Real Tips and Extra Tips. Your real tip of the day is to go to Rite Aid or CVS or Walgreens or Duane Reade. Go to a store and get a notebook and a pen, something that excites you. It could be Lisa Frank. It could be regular marble. It can be aliens. It doesn't matter. Get something that you're like, this is for this fitness routine, this progress only. And get excited about it.
Keep it in the car. If you're going to some place, keep it in the car and don't look at it.
Put it underneath the driver's seat.
I meant always keep it in the car if your fitness program is somewhere else and not in your basement.
If it's in the basement, keep it in the basement.
If it's in the basement, keep it in your car. And now for your real extra tip of the week. It's called You Don't Know Jack. What does you don't know Jack mean?
There it is.
It means if this episode still overwhelmed you and you have absolutely no idea how to start, or you're in the middle of your workout journey and you are just not seeing any progress, hire somebody that does. Because there are very well-educated people like personal trainers and nutritionists that can help you. That's what they do.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing progress, it's something that it's because you don't know all the information, but there's somebody that does.
Yeah.
So you don't know Jack. Hire somebody that does. That is your extra tip of the week.
We're specifically talking about a trainer named Jack. So if you can find him, let us know. And yeah, you know what? With that opportunity and finding Jack, it's an investment. You have to invest in yourself. Each workout is an investment into your future. And if hiring someone is something that has to happen for you, it's an investment because you got to pay money for it. But you have to look at it as an investment instead of, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much money on this, right? And then if you take that investment process and go to the grocery store, this is an investment for my future. I'm buying fruits and vegetables. And right now raspberries are like $3.79 or $3.99 a thing. But it's an investment for the future. I mean, there's no really other way to say it. So look at things like that because guess what? Hospital bills are more expensive.
Oh my God.
And it's not even a joke, right? Yeah. Health insurance doesn't care. So everything is an investment, whether you're spending the money for it or whether it's the mindset that you need to put into it. So Jack is worth it. Okay.
Jack is totally worth it. We have our own Jack at CFit.
Just Jack.
So find our Just Jack. Her initial starts with V and her end of the name is Victoria. So
sometimes she doesn't know Jack though.
Oh, she knows a lot of Jack.
I know a lot of Jack shit.
Oh, there's got to be 2 E's on this episode. Anyway, those are our tips for you today. Yeah. We hope you take that and do something with them.
Oh, and as usual, we hope you remember that you are always fit to be real
and always allowed to be a little extra.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that this podcast is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not healthcare professionals. For all of your health, wellness, fitness, and self-care needs, please refer to the medical professional in your life, your primary care physician, your therapist, a certified coach, whoever it may be. And then let us know what they say because I guarantee we need to know it too. Okay? Okay, bye.